So I started journaling again. It's been a long time since I kept a journal. And I think that, instead of trying to come up with like videos or anything or to talk to you guys about what I'm thinking about, I think I'm just going to read a journal entry, see. Gonna see how that goes over because they get a little disjointed sometimes because it's just train of thought. So it's today, January 30th, 2019. What's this obsession with purpose and praise? What's this need to be seen as an icon who's loved by all? What is the source of my fierce independence but desire to be loved and accepted? So much I can trace back, but I can't always tell if I'm just making shit up. The drive to be perfect goes to when my father told my brother, who got a B on his paper, "Why didn't you get an A?" And then I saw I had to be perfect. When my mother stressed it to me that we don't want to make daddy angry, then I knew that my behavior had to be immaculate. But what about my mother? What about her love and affection, her protection that practically enabled me to do less? I say enabled because although I always struggled, she tried to take it away and give me comfort. That's motherly love. But motherly love doesn't prepare you for inevitable letdowns and hardships. It doesn't teach you that the real world knocks you down, and after it knocks you down, it'll hold your head down so you can't stand up and you're forced into a bow. My mother taught me I was special. My father taught me how to work. But the underlying lessons here that I needed to be perfect and I needed to be admired. After all, if I'm special, then of course I should be admired. Of course I should be loved. But of course I need to earn it. And if I keep fucking up, then I don't deserve it. I was given a religion that I didn't identify with. I was promised eternity that I didn't believe existed. Next thing I know, I'm a grown man with no faith, seeking answers when I could see it would be simpler if I just believed in Jesus. And my father taught me that paths keep unfolding, that mine has just begun, because he didn't ask the questions I was asking until he got older, and he was still watching his path unfold. He always gives me the best advice he can, but I'm a stubborn motherfucker. I'm 39 and I'm barely a man. Mom and Dad, I love you, and this isn't criticism on how I was brought up. I'm not upset or angry. I just recognize in hindsight the beginning of some of my problems. You both did great. Every parent makes mistakes, and I can see that with my own kids. I just hope I don't fuck them up too bad. I hope they never battle existential dilemma and crippling depression. I pray they're not alcoholics or addicts. You hear that? Pray. I still mindlessly talk to God as if that fucking asshole's real. I'm angry at a fictional character. I'm angry at fiction because it shields me from reality. It doesn't answer questions. It never stepped in when I thought I was going to end it. In honesty, I'm probably mad at myself. Mad because I believed the supernatural being was going to lift away my misery and soothe my hurt feelings. Mad at myself because I have trouble facing my own thoughts. My contemplations on non-existence and how I came from ash will return to ash and nobody will miss me. I say nobody will miss me because even those who do will themselves fade away. Then it's all history. First I die, then you die. And then we all die. And then nobody remembers. The sun shrinks, the earth goes cold and dies. The sun explodes and all traces are gone. It's not exactly what I expected from a Wednesday morning journal entry. But I just kind of, whatever's in my head, I'm letting it go. But these are the things I contemplate a lot. This is the stuff I think about. I really struggle with the ideas that of meaning and purpose and, what I'm here for, what you're here for, and what it is that we really think we should be doing on Earth in this life. Because to the best of anyone's knowledge, this is it. So what do we do? So you see, humans we're so smart. We're such smart animals that we have the ability to contemplate imaginary things. We have the ability to imagine things that aren't happening and then think about them and dwell on them and expand on these ideas. And that's what's brought us many great things in human history. It's what gives us art. It's what gives us science. It gives us all these things that we're able to think about and observe and expand on. But the problem is, it never gives us an answer to the deepest questions. And anything we ever do only scrapes the surface. In the end, we are just animals. And sometimes that shit fucks with me. How do I reconcile being how do we reconcile being intelligent beings with these great abilities of the mind, but we're all flawed and we're all animals that are going to die. We all are born, we grow, we shit and piss, and then we get sick and die. And that's a really hard thing to hear. It's a really hard thing to contemplate. But I think the idea of not thinking about that is really just avoidance, because it's going to happen one day. So how do you prepare for that without driving yourself fucking crazy? And this is, I think, people, we walk a line between, people walk a line between, madness and sanity all the time. And it's like the more sane you are, the less questions you ask. The more sane you are, the less you think about deeper issues beyond surface stuff. And it's a weird place to be. And that's, I don't have answers. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't. I'm working on having a good way to live. And that's all I'm really trying to do right now, because it seems to be the only thing that is worth doing, is living good and being kind. That's what else you're supposed to do. It's like we're all in this, regardless of whether we want to be. This is it, and we're all in it. So how do we make the best of it? Well, I mean, being nice to each other is a good start. That's all I'm gonna try to do. Just try to be good to people. So I'll get back with my next journal entry whenever I write that. Hope this maybe, I don't know, gives some kind of insight to somebody, or at least lets you know that you're not fucking crazy for thinking about existential dread. Like, you're not crazy. It's part of being a human, a thinking person. So thanks, guys.